up, y'all? It's Fuego Visionz, and I'm here with.
What's good, y'all? It's Ridge Lawn tapping in Fuego Visionz podcast coming live from Richie Roll Studios. Let's get to it.
All right, so Rich Long, how long you been in the rap game for?
So I say I started taking my music seriously probably like 2018 around there. But I probably dropped my first actual song like 2013. Back then I wasn't really focused on it. I was kind of like I was still doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? I was young. I was worried about stupid shit. I wasn't really focused on the music. But I actually like started writing music when I was like real young, like a kid. I used to call myself a little kid. I was like 8 years old. I just used to write dumb shit in a notepad. But taking it seriously, probably more like 2018 is when I really started to like look at it as something I could actually pursue. You know what I mean, in the long run.
All right. How do you stay true to your unique style and experiences in your music?
So basically, I just write about past experiences or present experiences, shit that I'm going through in the present moment. I just stay true by really just writing on my own shit, how I feel. I mean, that's the way I write is based on my own emotions and shit I'm going through. So as long as I'm writing about my own experiences, it'll always be true to myself. And I just hope that the people that hear it out there can relate. You know what I mean? And it touches them, and they can either get something or feel a little bit of joy, pleasure, whatever, you know what I mean, from the shit that I'm saying, because they can relate.
All right, so with your new music video coming out, it's called Pride.
Yep.
I was there for the shoot, and I'm not
Appreciate
gonna
you coming
lie.
out. Appreciate you coming
Oh,
out.
you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. But no, I'm not gonna lie. I seen the emotions in that video. Like, could you explain to us how did you come up with the song and also like the emotions that was put into that song?
Yeah, so really, I mean, the whole concept about that song is just, I mean, as humans, we let pride get in the way of a lot of things. I feel like, especially as a man, I can't really speak on like a woman's aspect. I'm sure it happens to women too, but as like a man, like we're so prideful in everything we do. You know what I mean? Like we could love a woman and not show our love because of pride. We could crash out and somebody says the wrong shit to us in public and throw our futures away off of pride and just act irrationally because of pride. You know what I mean? So this song's really just about the whole entire, like the hook is just about pride and what it does. You know what I mean? And then the first verse is literally just talking about stupid shit I've done in the past based on pride. And then the whole second verse is pretty much just a follow up to that, just pretty much explaining like fuck my pride, like showing shit that doing stupid decisions because of my pride and being too prideful to just admit my real feelings or just walk away from a situation, you know what I mean? And the way that it's affecting me, you know what I mean? So it's really just all around, just about the things that pride does to you. Because at the end of the day, I mean, pride's a good thing to have, you know what I'm saying? But the motherfucker be too prideful and you can get yourself into some dumbass shit for no reason, you know what I mean? All over your ego.
I
I
mean,
feel like they go hand in hand, you know what I mean? Your pride and your ego go hand in hand to a certain extent.
too much of a good thing can always turn negative.
Too much
So
of anything is negative.
you're right.
Not anything, but most anything. Anything in excess is always negative. You know what I mean?
All right. What inspires your lyrics and music production process?
Like I said, I mean, I always write about, I mean, mainly present day shit, but a lot of times past too. Like for instance, sometimes I could be in a great mood, and let's say the beat I load up is like a sad song, like it's got a sad vibe to the instrumental. Sometimes that could put me back in a place or a breakup I went through in the past, or pain I've been through in the past, and I write about past experiences. You know what I mean? But so really, my process is just it starts with a beat. I like to write my music as opposed to just go to the studio and freestyle it, just because I want my music to be concise. I want to make sure that everything has a meaning, every line has a meaning, and everything has a story to it. You know what I mean? I don't want it to just be some meaningless bullshit that's here today, going tomorrow. You know what I mean? I like to pride myself in the fact that whether my music blows up today or not, the people that hit me and say my music, they say my music changed their lives. It helps them through tough times. You know what I mean? So I just like my music to be real. You know what I mean? So, but the process, it starts with really the instrumental. And then just go from there. However, the instrumental, I try to pick an instrumental based on how I'm feeling in that present time, and then just write on the emotions I'm feeling and the experiences I'm going through.
All right. How do you approach networking and building connections within the music industry?
So that's a little harder being where we at. Okay, so we currently in Hagerstown, Maryland, Western Maryland. Used to live in Westminster, Maryland too. So I mean, it's just like there's no music scene out here. And even if you talk about the closest major cities like Baltimore and DC, like there's some real great rappers from Baltimore. Like shout out YG Tech, Young Moose, good rappers from DC. You know what I mean? Shout out Shy Glizzy, No Cap, people like that. But at the end of the day, nobody's really like popped off even from the major cities that are close to us. You know what I mean? So it's a little hard being in a place like this because there's no connections. Like record labels ain't in Baltimore, they ain't in DC, they all in New York, LA, Atlanta. So it's a lot harder out here. You can't just go out in public and it's just brush shoulders with the right person. You know what I mean? So out here it really comes down to a lot of social media strategies, and if you really want to bump into the right people, you gotta take trips. Just because out here, like unfortunately, it's just the way it is. Like in our area, it's just not. We don't get the love like that. You know what I mean? Even out here, like Hagerstown, and places like that, there's a lot of town. Just like there's a lot of town in Baltimore and DC like that. But for some reason, there hasn't been that person to really elevate. You know what I mean? I'll say right now, as far as like Baltimore, probably the biggest artist is Shorty Shorty. And even he had to go out west. First in Hagerstown has some big artists. Lil Skaze from Far East from Waynesboro. The dude Arizona, I can't pronounce his last name, Arizona Zervest or something. He popped off, but even for him to pop off, he had to go out to Cali. You know what I mean? So it's just like we in an area where like honestly, like the best way to really like get out there is to get out of your hometown type shit. Which I would love to do, but currently on probation. They giving me the runaround. They're not letting me leave the state. So, but as soon as I can leave, bro, I definitely want to move because I mean it's hard to do it out here. I mean, just plain and simple. Without social media, being out here is really hard to do.
All right. So do you have a team behind you pushing your music?
I wouldn't say I have a team. I mean, I definitely got friends. You know what I mean? People that support me. I have a good bit of followers and fans that I've acquired along the way who definitely support me. But I wouldn't say I have like a team per se.
All right.
But definitely shout out to my homeboys, shout out to my friends, shout out to the studios I record at, Vocal Link. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that is fucking with me. But I wouldn't say I have a full team per se.
All right. How do you handle criticism and feedback on your work?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like criticism in any aspect of life. You just gotta not give a fuck, to be honest with you, bro. Like, it don't matter to me, bro. Anybody else's opinion about what I got going on in my life, bro, that doesn't affect me. You know what I mean? If you worried about what I'm doing, that really shows more about you than it shows about me. Because if you worried about what the fuck going on in my life, you ain't got nothing going on in yours. So if you sitting here hating on another man, especially somebody you ain't never met, and you hating online on the internet, you a clown. And if you know me in real life and you too worried about what I'm doing and you're not worried about your life, we gonna keep on and then I'm laughing at Richie Raw tripping in the background. But I mean, hey, at the end of the day, bro, if you don't like me, that's cool, bro. It holds no merit in my life, bro. If you're not a family member, friend, someone who I care about in real life, say what you want, think what you want.
All right.
It holds no weight in my life.
All right. So, what keeps you motivated and focused on your music career goals?
I just love this shit, man. To be honest with you, excuse me, but yeah, I love it, man. Like I can't really think of anything like since I was a kid, bro. Like music is the one thing that's like really always been my love. You know what I mean? Like I've been through a lot of like ain't had the worst life. I'm not gonna say that people had the worst than me, but I've definitely been through some shit, and music is always what helped me through that. So I just know that this is what I want to do. So I mean, I just have to stay focused and stay consistent. You know what I mean? So even like when it gets to the point where sometimes I thought about stopping making music, but at the end of the day, it's like I almost can't. Like it just don't feel like not making music doesn't feel right. Not writing songs doesn't feel right. Like the way I express myself and get my emotions out is by putting on a pen and pad or a notepad nowadays because it's 2024 on the iPhone. But the way I don't hold shit in and bottle it in is to write that shit down and put it on a song. Because otherwise, I'm the type of person I'm not gonna express my emotions unless it's on a song. Like honestly, like somebody out there could learn more about me from hearing my music than they can having a conversation. To be honest with you, because I'm gonna be more open on the song than I'll be open with anybody.
All right. So, what would be your top three old school artists that you like to listen to?
All right, so that's hard, bro. So I've been a hip hop ever since I was young, and shout out my stepfather. He definitely put me on. He was from New York, and Hagerstown too, but from New York too. So he was on like all the old shit. But so I gotta definitely say I put Biggie, Pac, and Jay-Z in there, but that's like a go-to. You gotta say that. But then I definitely say I was a big fan of Big L, DMX for sure, Eminem. I mean, there's a lot of people, but I'll just put them three. But like Biggie, Pac, and Jay, I feel like I can't even say that because that's just so cliche. You know what I mean? Like that's everybody's.
All right. And let's say about new school.
New school, definitely gotta give it to Drake. Drake definitely a GOAT, one of them for sure. They say he got more hits than the Beatles, so you can't hate on him. You know what I mean? That man's been putting out great music for a minute. I definitely fuck with J. Cole, heavy. And as far as like right now, present time, like putting it out, I definitely Rod Wave's probably one of my favorite artists right now. Millie's, West Side Boogie, people like that.
All right.
Shout out West Side Boogie too. Got a feature with him coming soon. It'll be on a new album. So just look out for that. That'll be a dope song called Sermon.
All right. So, what is your short term and long term goals?
So short term is just really get back to where I was at. So about a year and a half ago, man, I had everything lit. You know what I'm saying? I was paying all my bills off the music, was living cool, comfortable off the music, because I put that work in. You know what I mean? I was dropping some music, putting shit out, hella songs going viral. Facebook was lit, TikTok was lit. You know what I mean? And then I got complacent, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I started seeing the success off the music, and instead of putting my foot on the gas and going harder, I started put my foot on the brakes and started just lacking my loads. You know what I mean? And started partying again, drinking a lot, smoking a lot, and just not really focusing on what the fuck I need to be focusing on. So my short term goal is just really getting back to where I was just at. But I plan to do that real soon. You know what I mean? Like by the end of the summer, I want to be back where I was at. Medium goal, I'm trying to get on. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's independent with a deal, I'm trying to be not just making a living off the music like I was a year ago, but I'm trying to be making a very good living off the music. You know what I mean? Living very comfortably. And a long term goal, man, I got a lot of shit I want to do, man. I want to be in the real estate. I want to start a clothing line. I want to start a fitness line. But those are all things that I feel like my easiest and quickest way to get to that is by making the music pop off and then using the notoriety I get off the music and the money I made from the music to be able to transition into becoming just a business owner all around. So my long term goal is to definitely try to be a mogul, real estate mogul, own multiple businesses, have a happy and loving family, and just live a good life. You know what I mean? Be able to be older and chill out and not have to be stuck in a matrix out here working at 70, 80 years old. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So with that being said, what is uh what is a list of supercars that you want to get?
That's hard, but that's a bunch of shit I want, man. So I definitely want some old school whips. You know what I mean? A couple of old school candy painted whips. You know what I'm saying? I want a nice Lambo that's a bright ass color. I want one of them new Tesla Cyber trucks. I want a big body Ford Raptor. I don't know. There's a bunch of shit, man. It's really hard to say. I want a bunch. I mean, but that'll come a time. I'd like there to be a time where I can have a crib that's got like a 10, 20 car garage and that bitch is all the way full. You know what I mean? You can have a car show based on my cars, but at the end of the day, the cars don't really mean as much. You know what I'm saying? But that's all gonna come with when I'm very, very financially well off. You know what I mean? Where that shit's just it's just play toys. You know what I mean?
All right, all right. So, do you have any advice for upcoming artists in the rap game?
Really, just stay true to yourself. Whether it's rap, no matter what it is, man, you just gotta stay true to yourself. And I mean, the biggest thing, consistency. You know what I mean? Whatever you're doing, you gotta keep at it. You know what I mean? Don't ever let criticism, like you were saying earlier, you can't let criticism get to you. You can't let the negativity get to you. You can't let other people doubt and get to you, and you also can't let your own negative doubts get to you. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna doubt yourself too. You know what I mean? But the people that make it are the ones that push through that doubt, and I mean they really believe in themselves at the end of the day. Because even when you believe in yourself, there's always gonna be moments of doubt. So I mean, the really biggest thing is just to stay at it, keep going, keep pushing, stay true to yourself, keep putting shit out, and don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. As long as you do that, you'll be all right.
All right, all right, all right. Let's see. Who do you see, or who do you like to collab with? Men and women, or just men, or just women?
I mean, the gender don't matter. I mean, that don't matter at all. So I will say I'm more like a solo artist, just the way I write my music. I mean, I write it start to finish myself. So generally, the hook, chorus, intro, verses is all me. Um, but so for instance, collabs I've done that are pretty. Like I said, I got a collab kind of with West Side Boogie, the artist from Compton, a real good introspective artist, coming up with my new album. Done a song with Tasiki before a few years ago, a good little sad love song called Toxic. Other than that, really the only people I've worked with have been like friends. You know what I mean? Like shout out Big 2-3. Shout out some of the people I work with. It's usually just people that I fuck with in my inner circle. Um, but as far as like in the future, like it really doesn't. I don't man, woman, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a hip hop artist, but I love R&B. I listen to country music. I listen to all types of genres. I listen to old Motown. You know what I mean? So like, there's a lot of people I would definitely like to collab with in the future. So I don't got no discrimination on who. You know what I mean? As long as the song's good, the music good, and the vibe's good, I work with whoever.
All right. Who do you see? Famous artists. Who do you see collabing with in the near future?
I mean, that's a hard question. So because right now, like, I'm not really a big pay to play type guy. You know what I'm saying? So right now, where I'm at, let's say I want to work with a Drake or J Cole. That's like a pay to play type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say I go dumb viral tomorrow and I'm in the industry. I definitely feel like me and Cole would be a good collab. Me and Drake would be a good collab. I fuck with Millie's from Massachusetts, another white rapper that's killing it right now. That'd be a good collab. Rod Wave, I feel like that would be a real dope collab. Yeah, man, a lot of people, bro. Jelly Roll, he a country artist, you know what I'm saying? But he actually used to be a rapper, transitioned to country, killing it. That'd be a dope collab. I mean, a lot of people, bro.
All right, so I see that you said you'll collab with J. Cole or Drake. So I'm guessing, not guessing, but what's your say on the beef between Drake and Future?
Bro, I don't know nothing about it, bro. From what I understand, they beefing over a stripper. I don't know, bro. All I know is Drake and Future had some of the greatest songs, man. Coming up back in the day, bro, Drake and Future was unstoppable together. So I think they should squash that beef, bring that shit together, man. Let's come back with another album. But at the end of the day, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with them both musically, so hey, whatever they got going on is what they got going on. I can't speak on it. You know what I mean, it's not my life, so hopefully it's not too serious. It doesn't go no deeper than the music. But I don't know. I can't really speak on it. You know what I mean?
So with the two songs that came out between J. Cole and Kendrick, honest opinion, no favorite, no side. I know you said you see yourself doing a feature with J. Cole, but who do you think had the better track?
Well, say like I said, I fuck with a lot of them. So I fuck with Kendrick too. I love to do a verse with Kendrick. To be completely honest, bro, I haven't listened to the whole J. Cole album yet. So mind you, when we record this podcast, the J. Cole album just dropped. So I ain't really had a chance to like really go into it. But from what I've heard, J. Cole like just threw a couple bars at Kendrick, and Kendrick did the whole verse on him. Uh, I mean, my opinion on it would be, I mean, Kendrick did go hard on the verse, but at the same time, the shit that Cole said, I mean, it had a lot of merit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, right now, present day hip hop, Cole probably is more relevant than Kendrick. And that's not to say that Cole is a better artist than Kendrick. It's just to say that Cole has been more proactive. Cole is, even though he doesn't drop a lot of albums every year, he's always on a feature. He's always constantly in people's faces, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to the way Kendrick is. Kendrick's a person who likes to take his time write an album. That's why you get such good quality albums. But in between that, he's not doing a lot of features. He's just kind of, you know what I mean? He's doing his own thing behind the spotlight. So, but like, you know what I mean? That's the same way Drake is, you know what I mean? Like, Drake will probably not make a whole diss song. He's probably going to just throw a couple shots at him, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Drake's the biggest artist in hip hop. So it's kind of like, you can't expect him to do a whole diss at this point, you know what I mean? Would I like it? I would love to hear, bro. For the sake of hip hop, I would love to hear them go back and forth, bro. I'd love to hear another Drake back to back. You know what I mean? I would love to hear Cole come with some crazy shit. Kendrick come back with some crazy shit like Control. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Who knows if it's going to come to that or not. But, you know what I mean? That's just the hip hop. You know what I mean? I love hearing it. Everybody loves hearing that beat shit at the end of the day.
And then with Fuego Visionz, wrapping it up with Rizlon. Rizlon, go ahead, let them know where they can find you at.
So anywhere y'all look, Rizlon, RIDGE space LONG, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, anywhere you look, I am there. Tell yourself, tell your girlfriend, tell your mother, tell your friends. Look it up, baby. We there. A lot of new music coming soon. Album coming real soon. Hella music videos coming soon. Make sure y'all tune in. We're going to flood it this summer, all right? Shout out Fuego Visionz. Appreciate y'all having me. Shout out Richie Raw. Appreciate y'all letting us shoot the podcast here. You know what I mean? Good experience all around. So make sure y'all tap in with Fuego Visionz, man. For sure.